Welcome to I Drink Your Podcast.
Oh gosh, it's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you.
You leave me no choice. Here comes the smolder.
Wait, you like that?
No,
you don't like that?
No, I don't like that.
No, how about that? You like that?
A little better.
Bread makes you fat?
Does this count as annoying?
Just tell me what you want me to fuck!
Not you, and not you.
Okay, I think it's time to take off your clothes and jump me.
$1 million isn't cool. You know what's cool?
I drink your podcast! I drink it up!
Welcome to I Drink Your Podcast. I'm Emily, and I'm super excited you're all here with us this morning, even though you might not be listening to it in the morning. It's too fucking early. Anyway, please like, share us with a friend or two, subscribe, all that fun stuff. But I want to introduce my co-hosts before we continue. Ben is here.
Yeah, Ben's here.
And Wesley is here.
Emily, did you know that Ben is here?
I did, yeah. I did.
Wes is sick.
Very exciting.
You're excited that Wes is sick?
Yeah, I guess fuck you.
Yeah, I really think it is too early for us to be doing this on a Sunday morning. And it's not even that fucking early. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyway, Ben, tell us, what is in your glass?
I mean, even though it's an early morning, I am the most alcohol one here, which is a play on a quote from the movie. So I went with a whiskey mist, and the whiskey I put in there is 4 roses. So I thought that tied in well with 4 lions. And because I didn't have 7-Up, it's a mist. So kind of what that rocket did to Osama bin Laden, supposedly.
Allegedly.
So, Wesley, as the least alcohol here, what are you drinking?
I take offense to that. I drink my alcohol just pre-fermented now.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm sick. I'm having some orange juice.
That's okay.
With vodka.
Oh!
Just kidding, nephrologist.
Emily, what do you got?
I decided to make some punch this morning. Ooh, I'm calling it 4 punches. 1, because the obvious reasons. And 2, because there's a really great moment in this movie where we get some characters punching themselves in the face. So
I almost showed up. If this had not been a drink podcast, 4 Lions, there's a hilarious TikTok trend where the Detroit Lions are advertised as the Detroit Lines. And I was going to bring to this movie 4 lines of cocaine. But A, I don't do that. B, that can't be good for my liver or kidney either.
Yeah. And C, it's too early.
No, it's the perfect time.
Oh, wow. Kick that day off, right.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't do cocaine, so I don't know.
Y'all, I saw something, and I got to know if you've seen it yet.
Oh, what is it?
It's from one of my favorite YouTube content creators. About a week ago, Defunct Land put out a new documentary called Disney Channel's Theme, A History Mystery. Are you guys familiar with the Disney Channel theme?
Yes.
No?
The Disney Channel commercial theme where it was like their logo.
The
Yes.
logo getting
Yep.
drawn? Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, to the listeners, Emily stuck her finger up, pointed at the camera, and started to outline something.
The Mickey Mouse
It was
face.
the Mickey Mouse ears.
Oh, yeah. That wasn't a joke on you. That was a joke on what Ben's getting to.
The guy at Defunct Land, he decided to search out who wrote those 4 notes that play over the Disney Channel logo. And guys, it does not go in the direction that you think it does. And it's an incredible documentary that starts with the history of bumpers, which are the things that play in and out of commercials for TV shows, and all of the jingles or themes that you may be familiar with. Like we know who wrote many of them, like the IBM one, the do 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 do,
In the McDonald's.
or ba da ba ba ba. I'm loving it. Yep, there's so many that are just ingrained in our minds since childhood. And this Disney Channel one, as someone who grew up in the 2000s watching a lot of Disney Channel, this theme is permanently in my brain. I will always remember it when I hear these 4 notes. and he explores like who created this? How is there this piece of music that is so known and we don't know who wrote it? So he turns into like searching for the Zodiac killer. It reminds me a little bit of David Fincher's Zodiac, where like Jake Gyllenhaal and Robert Downey Jr. are trying to find the Zodiac killer. Like he goes deep into the internet, and by the third act, it turns into this beautiful remembrance and study of what does it mean for you to have a legacy.
Are you getting choked up?
This, guys, I got to tell you, this movie is a documentary, and by the end, I was bawling.
Oh, Ben.
It is so good and so well made. And the guy even talks about himself and how he's like, I'm just a YouTube creator. I want to make art, but then I think about us, like, I don't think what we do even comes close to approaching art, because come on. But like that idea of like, we're all creators, and does what we make have value, and who is that value for? And it was a real personal watch, and I encourage everyone to watch it. It's on YouTube. It's free. It's the best documentary I've seen in a couple years.
It's too early for Ben to be this emotional?
Yeah, I need more whiskey.
Get real drunk, Ben.
So guys, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why aren't you watching this?
I did watch it. You made me watch the logo part.
That logo part is funny, yeah. But Defunctland puts out amazing stuff. They had an entire like hour and 40-minute documentary about lines at theme parks.
Which that sounds so thrilling to most people, Ben.
I'm telling you, the way that he breaks it down as through like an engineering lens and actually tries to plot out like the effect that these various Disney ways of doing line promotions like Fast Pass or Genie and what they actually do to the lines of the rides and the wait times. It's super interesting.
I bet it's on par with like those videos that show how traffic interruptions happen or traffic flow. I'm into that.
You guys are such nerds.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I'm probably going to fucking love it.
Well, speaking of those 4 notes in the Disney jingle, 4 lions.
Oh, that was the segue?
Yeah.
Good segue.
Yeah, we watched 4 Lions this week, and it's available on Vudu, Tubi, Crackle, and Plex with commercials.
Crackle.
It was just a fun... Say that list again.
Vudu, Tubi, Crackle, and Plex.
It's either a cereal or a bangin' pop group.
It's definitely the group that Crackle joins after he left the Rice Krispies gang.
2, 3, action.
Hey, you unbelieving kafar bastards. I'm gonna turn you baby.
No.
What?
What's with the gun?
Proper replica, man.
It's too small, man.
Not too small, brother. Big hands.
The way to stop the feds tracking you is very simple. You eat your SIM card.
Can I cook, man?
They're total idiots, Soph. I can't even get them to stir the tea without smashing a window.
My plan is, though, to put a bomb on a claw.
4 Lions is currently at 83% on Rotten Tomatoes. It won the BAFTA for Best Debut by a British writer, director, or producer. And it is considered one of the top comedies of not only 2010, but all of the 2010s.
Nice. That doesn't surprise me, actually.
I had never heard of it.
I had only heard of it because Matt told me about this movie probably 8 or 9 years ago, but I never got around to seeing it.
Where the hell is he?
I don't know.
Good question.
Riding his Peloton.
And
watching
future.
Survivor.
Oh, that bastard. Now I'm jealous.
This movie's written and directed by Christopher Morris, who wrote and directed a few British TV series called Big Train, Jam, and Nathan Barley, none of which I'd ever heard of. He hasn't really done much since this movie, so despite winning the Best Debut by a British director for this movie, he hasn't really gone on to do much since then. Starring in this movie is Riz Ahmed, who played the character Omar. Riz starred in the British movie Shifty prior to this, but was most well known during this time for his rapping under the moniker Riz MC. Also in this movie is Nigel Lindsay, who played the character Barry. Nigel was nominated for a British Comedy Award for this role, many credits in mostly British fare prior to this, as a character actor. And lastly, we're going to call out Kayvan Novak, who played Waj. He didn't do much before 4 Lions, but he does currently play Nandor the Relentless on the What We Do in the Shadows show.
Oh my god.
Does that make everything
I put that
better?
in to blow your mind, Wesley, because I knew you didn't know that.
Oh my god. I was looking at his picture as you said it, and like as soon as you said Nan, I was like, shut the fuck up. Wow.
Yeah, looks very different.
Wow. Yeah. He looks more modern 10 years ago or 12 years ago.
You mean than playing like an
playing an
1800s
ancient vampire?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's weird how that works.
Emily, you had not seen this movie?
No. I don't think any of us had.
Nope.
But at least you knew what it was about.
Yes, I did. Yeah. What did you think it was about?
Well, you told me it was a terrorist British comedy.
Yep.
And I went, okay.
Aren't they all?
So I went really broad on this one. I decided that this movie was going to be about 4 Hollywood lions trying to take down the British government. Very V for Vendetta style.
Yes. Hollywood Lions?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, Hollywood Lions.
Then we got to figure out which 4.
Yeah, I picked mine, but you can all pick your own.
Ooh, can we try to guess what Emily guessed?
Go for it. Or just pick what would your 4 Hollywood Lions be?
What does that mean?
That's a great question.
Lions from movies. That's how I took it, is lions from movies or TV.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So like David Schwimmer's a giraffe. No, Alex the lion. Ben Stiller?
Yes, Madagascar.
That's an option.
He's really more of a New York lion, though, you know? When I think of a Hollywood lion, I think of the MGM lion.
Yeah.
The one that roars at the beginning.
Definitely one that I picked.
Okay. And, I mean, it's got to be the Cowardly Lion.
I actually did not include the Cowardly Lion because I felt like Alex the Lion would be more impactful.
Wow.
Cowardly Lion is cowardly.
You're saying Alex the Lion has more terroristic tendencies than the Cowardly Lion?
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Well, the Cowardly Lion isn't really a lion.
That's a hot take.
Neither is Alex.
Well, but he's animated to be a lion.
The only lion is the MGM lion.
No. The only real lion is
Aslan.
He's very much in my list, but also not real.
Whoa.
None of the. What do you expect? A real actor lion?
Yeah, MGM lion all the way.
No,
guys, did you know the MGM lion's name is Leo?
Stop.
Aren't they all?
No, they're not all named Leo.
Thought that was just like a tiger surname was just Leo.
Why a tiger?
No, lion.
Okay, so my final list is Aslan, the MGM lion, Alex the lion, and Mufasa. Not Scar. I felt like I needed a better voice. No offense to Scar, but I do love. What?
What about Simba? You don't like Broderick?
Matthew Broderick
or
can
JTT?
That would have been a good choice.
I am kind of sad that Prince John from Robin Hood did not make the list.
That would have been a really great one.
Because he's got a reason to be upset with England.
You know what, Ben? You can write the plot synopsises from now on.
Yeah, but he's already seen them.
Well, Wesley, what is this movie actually about, based off the back of the DVD cover?
So according to the DVD cover, a group of young Muslim men living in Sheffield decide to wage jihad, and they hatch an inept plan to become suicide bombers. Omar and Waj have a brief, disastrous run at a Pakistan training camp, while Faisal works on an unlikely scheme to train birds to carry bombs. Their ill-conceived plan culminates at the London Marathon with their bumbling attempts to disrupt the event while dressed in outlandish costumes.
Even from that DVD synopsis, it's basically just a series of sketches, and that's what this movie was to me. Even in trying to summarize it, that's all you can really do is say, here's what happened in this 4-minute segment, and then they move to this 4-minute segment. And a brief behind the curtain, Emily wanted to not watch the movie and just have us tell her the last half and what happened. And we were like, we can't do that because this movie doesn't have like a flowy plot that we can easily explain.
Right, and I'm really glad that I went back and finished it. For those of you that were not in Wesley's house while we were watching this, I fell asleep halfway through because it was a Friday
God, I
night
hope it's nobody.
at 8 p.m. Yeah, Friday nights, 8 p.m., Emily's bedtime. Definitely passed out and missed half the movie. And you're right, Ben. It's just a series of like SNL sketches or Monty Python sketches, but in like a dark, twisted way, but also wholesome. I don't know how anyone could describe this movie to get them to watch it unless they just said, you just got to sit down and watch a little bit, just like one sketch real quick to get an idea of what the movie is.
What sketch would you show them?
I have no idea, but because I am drinking 4 punches, I probably would go with the punching sketch when they're trying to figure out who they're gonna bomb. Let's bomb the mosque. Like, that's showing how inept and stupid they are.
I think the movie chose a great first sketch to introduce us to these characters. They're all sitting around making a video, and one of the guys, Waj, he's got this tiny little assault rifle gun that's maybe a foot long, and they're trying to make it look bigger than it actually is using camera tricks. Right off the bat, it tells you what type of movie this is going to be.
And I really like the word that Emily used, the wholesome, which is something that I was not expecting to feel from this movie. Like, if you come in just knowing a basic premise, it's going to be different than you expect.
Yeah. And I liked Emily's comparison to Monty Python, because I do see a little bit of the Monty Python-ness in this movie, especially Holy Grail. The jumping around to various points with various characters, and they're all doing their own thing, but it all ties into a grander story. And then each individual segment having at least one joke to drive the whole thing. And I think that's really powerful, or what makes this movie so good is that you are laughing from start to finish with this movie, because they are constantly changing locations and it's all character focused. And that's what I love about this movie, is these characters are so fun and worth rooting for. And I'm going to talk later about why that might be a problem. But there are comedies that we say, like, this couldn't be made now. And with this movie, even in 2010, I would have said, you can't make this movie now. Like, you can't do this. This is not something we joke about. So where does that fit into this? Because especially 3 years after this, the Boston Marathon bombing happened. And this movie was like, the ending is set at a marathon bombing. So how does this play into that? Like, when we say this can't be made?
I think it's just that. I think if this movie had been in the works prior, like right as the Boston Marathon bombing happened, I feel like it would have gotten shut down. As simple as that.
Was this an American production?
No, it was a British production. I also don't think that matters in terms of shutting it down because of its similarities to real world events. The one that comes to mind where they completely changed something because of a real life event is the movie Gangster Squad, which was a movie that came out in the mid 2010s. And there was a scene in it it was a shooting that happened at a movie theater. And this was right after the Aurora Batman shooting.
Well, didn't they also change Neighborhood Watch?
Oh, the Watch after
Trayvon Martin.
Yep, because of the whole George Zimmerman thing.
Yeah, I think Emily's right. Like, even before the incidents at the Boston Marathon, like, it's a touchy subject. You know, you're dealing with terrorism. I'd say even pre 9/11, it's still like, terrorism is not something that is usually taken lightheartedly especially in Western media. And then after that, once it, came to the American borders, that it's like, I can't believe this got done. But yeah, I think now, since there was a tragedy, that it not only should you not make it, but this absolutely would not have been made. So how can we still watch it and find enjoyment in it?
I mean, that's the question. Like, and that's something I want to talk about. Like, we clearly agree that this thing probably shouldn't have been made. but we all three enjoyed this movie.
Yeah, we really did.
So is that just a reflection of what awful people we are?
No. Yes, we're awful.
Not for this reason.
But not for this reason.
Yeah, I think, like Emily said, we watched this together, but Ben, or pretty early on in the movie, looked over at me and said, I just had to look up when this happened in relation to the Boston Marathon. And knowing that it happened before somehow made it better. Like, I don't know whether that's good or bad. Like Emily said, I'm a bad person. So.
We all are.
Yeah.
Does this movie normalize terrorism?
No.
I think it doesn't normalize terrorism, and it's mostly because these 4 guys, or 5, they're hanging out in their neighborhood, and people around them are really friendly, and they're encouraging and supportive, and like they even are very kind to people around them too. There's that one, is he a security guard or something?
Yeah.
Like they run into him, and it's just like a very wholesome, sweet thing while they're also trying to hide all these explosives that they have. And so it's showing how like this everyday sense of life is the forefront, and that this terror that they're trying to perpetuate in their neighborhood is just stupid.
Isn't that normalizing though?
Well, let me rephrase normalizing terrorism then. Does this humanize radicalism? Because I think that this movie kind of does. Like, it takes these radical beliefs and it shows the human side of them. It shows the dad and the wife and the son talking about these things as if it's just normal everyday life. It shows these characters that we all like, but their agenda and their plan is just, it's heinous and villainous.
Yeah, it makes you compassionate to something, an ideal that, I don't hold. So,
and is that a good thing or a bad thing? We're getting deep in the weeds here, folks. Like,
can we label them as good or bad?
Should radicalism be humanized?
There's a part of me that wants to say yes, and it's because I think understanding the depths of people's minds and souls is really important for us to understand how to support one another better as just like humanity and just being more human. But also, I don't know if I feel like it humanized radicalism, mostly because I think they just do such a shitty job of it.
So because their radicalism is so ill-conceived?
Yeah, like for us as a white audience, we're seeing these Muslim characters that are trying to destroy their British neighborhood and, be a part of a bigger jihad. And they just, like, the comedy of it for us as a white audience is that they just like suck at it. But
yeah,
I don't know. Ben, this is too fucking early.
That's their ineptitude. That doesn't take away from the radicalism and what I think Ben is asking at, which is, does this kind of make it less taboo to talk about or think about?
Oh, okay.
But I also think that I struggled similarly, but the difference for me, I think, is that they're not pushing it. Like, it's not an agenda. It's just kind of like a fact, like a set piece. It's just the basis of any Christian movie is going to be based around the fact that, heaven and God and Jesus. So,
yeah, at no point did I believe that the movie was trying to get me to also feel the radicalness that the characters were feeling. So I 100% agree, Wesley. This movie was not pushing some sort of radical agenda. But even at the same time, this is something I struggled with in the week or so after we watched this. Like, man, I really like these characters. I really want them to succeed. But what does succeeding mean? It means killing other people, killing innocent people. So it was just a very difficult spot to be as an audience member.
Right. But I also think that the characters go through that too, where in the movie, a few of them are like, is this right? I don't think this is right. I don't want to do this. For example, like Hassan, he gets blown up by Barry. Oh my God, it was so heartbreaking because he's like, nope, I don't want to do this. This is wrong. I can't do this. Waj is going through this whole head and heart. Like, what's your heart saying? What's your head saying? Well, I don't think I can back out now.
Well, don't listen to that.
Right? You know.
Your head is in your heart and your heart is in your head.
And like Omar even at the end was like, I don't think I can do this. I need to stop us from doing this. And really it's Barry, the white guy in this group, that like tries to convince everyone to cause these acts of terror.
Mm-hmm.
There's an act of terror that they try to do in this movie that involves some birds, as was mentioned in the plot synopsis. The suicide crows. I loved that idea. I thought that was super funny, that entire part where he's trying to train the crows.
Well, you know why?
Why?
Because we had recently had that discussion unbeknownst to us. A couple weeks prior to this, Ben and I had discussed the possibility of, instead of wedding doves, training crows to be hired for funerals, and whether it would be cost effective to train them to come back or just get new crows every time.
Oh my God.
So we were already kind of invested in this.
You guys have a new business endeavor?
Always, every day.
This is something we need to pursue. We agreed that training the crows is by far the most cost effective way, rather than trying to get new crows every single time.
You train them right, those crows will make money for you. They like shiny things, and all they want is seed. So you befriend a crow, they'll start bringing you trinkets, and eventually it's probably going to be worth something. Just saying, crows are allies.
How did we get on the topic of them wearing tuxedos? Do you remember that part of the conversation?
What?
Because it was formal.
Oh,
right.
Formal weddings.
Yeah. No, formal funerals. Because they're already in black.
Got it.
And I think we started talking about penguins. We started talking about other bird possibilities.
Oh my God, I can't wait to get to twits now.
Well, let's venture on and get into the good, bad, and the weird, and let's talk about the good, specifically who or what won this movie for you.
Well, since we're talking about crows, I might as well just jump in because the crows were my favorite part. You know, Brother Crow got exploded, and man, the stunt crow.
Brother Crow.
The stunt crow was just excellent, just hanging out, and then just like so sad. It was such a sad moment, but also, you know, Brother Faisal's like, Brother Crow. It's so fucking good. I loved it. Crows, best part.
Best part for me is the humor of mascots.
Oh, yeah.
I think is exemplified just how funny anything can be if you're in a giant furry costume that bobbles when you run. Just like that's the one takeaway I have that's lasted the entire like 2 weeks since we watched this movie. Is just Riz Ahmed running down a street just like without a head, but this huge red body, and it's just shaking all over the place.
I freaking love that ostrich costume where the person's legs are hanging off the side. That was my favorite costume. That was Waj's costume. Yeah.
Yeah. Incredible.
My winner was the screenplay because this movie is really, really funny.
Mm-hmm.
There are some sketches that do work better than others, but there are many standout comedic moments, and I want to call out some of them as we go through.
Do we want to just like go around in a circle? You give a few and we keep going?
Sure.
There's so many. That's some of my good.
I want to talk about the guy who's using different voices and hiding their beard to buy bleach. Because that's one of my favorite scenes where he's like, I did a woman's voice and I went in and he's like, you have a beard. He's like, I hid the beard with my hand.
Oh my God, I totally forgot about that part.
Let's roundtable this. What do you guys got?
When they're eating the SIM cards raw, just like I even called out, wait, not even water or anything to get that down. Just gone.
One of the most shocking for me was the inevitable demise of Fez or Faisal.
Oh yes, him blowing himself up.
Blowing up as he's hopping over that fence. Just a
Killing
long
a
shot
sheep
in the distance with the sheep.
the argument of if he's a martyr or not.
Yes.
The visual of the wrong way rocket launcher launching Riz Ahmed like straight forward. I thought that was really funny.
Yes.
Shaking their heads to avoid surveillance.
The anti-surveillance just constant shaking their heads. And when they talk too, their lips are like moving. So funny. The fucking rabbits with no ears. The chickens.
Yes.
Oh my God. Just like, I need to watch this movie
rabbits. Again. And it's like, no, those are chickens. But they're fucking rabbits with no ears.
I just realized that the DVD cover, at least on IMDb for this movie, is of a crow.
Yeah,
that infuriates me. Because it says 4 lions and then there's a crow. I
think this is mostly just a random plot point, but them using Puffin Party for social media discussions of their terrorist actions. I love that detail.
Is that real? Did anybody look into that?
I did not look into it.
No, but it makes sense. I mean, an unmoderated place to have discussions.
Like, that's the dark web?
Yeah, Puffin Party is the dark web.
One of my favorite just like throwaway lines was about how one of the things that they wanted to do was to bake a Twin Towers cake on 9/11 and put it in a synagogue.
Yeah.
Like, we're just brainstorming here, and they throw that one-liner out, and I just like died.
Already kind of referenced, but when Waj is going through his internal struggle of if he should continue to do it, and Omar's trying to talk him out of it, and Waj is saying, "I'm not confused. I don't have my confused face on," and then he takes a selfie of himself to send to Omar on the phone to prove that he's not confused.
Last one I'll call out is the snipers shooting the Chewie character in the marathon.
I was just about to say that one too.
Okay.
We got a bear.
Oh my God.
I think that's a Wookiee. No, it's not. It's a bear. Is a Wookiee a bear? Control.
The water gun fight is probably one of my favorite moments. Obey me, wife. She's out of control. Just like, what a great wife Omar has. And just the squirt gun fight with his brother, who is that's just so fucking funny to me.
Seriously, great comedic writing, great comedic performances all around. I thought each actor played really well to their type. They were all bumbling idiots, but they were also like subsections of bumbling idiots in the way that they were idiots.
Especially when they were squat jogging.
Squat jogging, yep.
Oh my God, squat jogging. Okay. I just got to read a couple quotes real quick. Just 3 one-liners.
Okay.
This one's specifically for Ben. You can't win an argument just by being right.
That's true, though. You can't.
Yeah. You just killed the special needs donkey.
Oh, God.
And you can fuck her, but you can't kill her? What's wrong with you?
What is that in reference to?
That was Alice, the neighbor.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Alice, the neighbor, was so fucking weird. Like, one of the first lines out of her mouth is, "I used to be in a band until the birds all fell off the building." Like, like what?
Do we have any other good that we want to highlight other than just the comedy of this movie?
I already said that Omar's wife is just fucking awesome, but just his family, like his son and his wife, they're just so supportive and wonderful, and I feel like they do such a good job acting too. Just awesome.
Well, then let's move on to the bad.
Silence. I had a really hard time coming up with anything bad for this movie. Besides,
well, you couldn't stay awake for it, so
that's not because of the movie. That is literally not because of the movie. It's because I worked all week
because of the present company.
Yes, it was definitely because Wesley was there. Wesley, you need to leave your house. If I had to pick anything besides making us really question our morality, I felt like the beginning was just hard for me to get into. Not because of like the gags, but I was like, I don't know what this is. And so just trying to get on board with the premise, that was the only thing that was a little funky. And so once I gave it a little bit of time and saw kind of how this format was going to go, it was so funny.
It definitely drops you straight into this world. with very little preparation. So I do think that actually I'm going to enjoy this movie more on repeat viewings.
Mm-hmm.
Because then I think, I know a little bit more what to expect. I'm not trying to decipher the accents, which is always something when I start a movie and there's accents. It takes me a little bit to get into the speech patterns and the way that they're speaking. So I think my next viewing is going to be a really enjoyable one.
The thing I didn't like about the movie was the documentary style.
Let's talk about it, because that was my weird. So it's Wesley's bad, it's Emily's good, and it's my weird.
I was
liked
just
it.
kidding. But also, I do think that it could have been a lot more interesting to have it not shot in a documentary style where there was some like special effects or, like make it into a blockbuster movie or a Bollywood film, like accentuated even more as ridiculous.
No, see, I liked it because it gave this realism, and it honestly reminded me of The Office. Just like this gag humor and the zooming in from super far away. Just every time they did it, it just made me laugh more and more because it's just so ridiculous. They're like, we're trying to be artsy and documentary style. I don't know. I just loved it.
Yeah, so the reason it's in my weird is because it constantly had me asking, okay, this camera is clearly in universe. Who is shooting this? Is it an unseen member of the group? Is it a documentarian following them? Right. Like, so it left me questioning, like, okay, who's shooting this footage then if we're going to do it this way? And I don't feel like the movie has any concern for that. And because of that, my question is left unanswered. And I'm left just kind of going, well, how is this being made?
Okay, well, fair. I still liked it, but I can understand why you would sit there and go, who's filming this?
My bad, we kind of already talked about it. It's the morality piece. I liked these characters even though I hated their mission. So I wanted the characters to like achieve what they set out to do, but I was also rooting against them to fail because I wanted them to just continue on having fun shenanigans with each other, just maybe with a different project in mind. So it was a really weird spot to be in.
Project is an odd choice of words.
What word would you use?
I don't know, but just like this movie would be great. I just wish they didn't want to kill people. Like, bold stance, Ben.
I want to see the four lions try to start a different business.
Sequel.
Well, we'll talk about the sequel when we get to my game.
What?
But first, let's get into the weird.
Benedict Cumberbatch, what are you doing here?
Doctor
the whole
Strange.
Movie is weird, but like, what?
Multiverse.
Did his appearance not give the movie a little bit of like more credibility though? Like when he showed up, I was like, oh, Benedict Cumberbatch, like maybe it is okay for me to be laughing at this stuff.
Okay, but this was back in 2010, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he was kind of still in his like Sherlock
He was just
phase.
starting Sherlock, yeah.
But he had been in other movies. He'd been in Atonement by this point.
Ooh, what a good movie that is. Somebody should review
up,
a podcast
Wesley.
on it.
Like, he wasn't a nobody, is all I'm saying.
So do you think it's just like luck or bad luck, I guess, in my opinion, since I dislike it, that he got famous? So you're saying like if Benedict Cumberbatch hadn't become Doctor Strange, that would have just been like a fun cameo of like before they were famous?
I think so, yeah.
I can get behind that. Marvel brewing and everything.
There's a part in the movie where, and I think I heard this correctly, did one of the guys as a ritual of initiation put a bean in his cock?
I think I heard that too.
Okay.
I thought I dreamt that.
Your dreams are fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know if
medication.
they actually did it though. I think they were talking about it, but I don't know.
Oh, see, I thought it was like a hazing ritual. No, it wasn't Riz Ahmed. It was the guy that was all of a sudden in the group when Riz Ahmed came back from...
Oh, Hassan?
Yeah, I was saying
Hassan.
The actor did it.
God damn it.
I guess with the same thing, Riz Ahmed got famous after this movie, obviously. Does seeing him in this movie throw you off also?
No, that's kind of why I pivoted and reframed the question of it being a problem of Benedict becoming more famous, because yes, because when we did the best of Oscar noms, like a decade ago, I actually chose to watch the Sound of Metal, and that's Riz Ahmed, and it was fantastic. I loved him. So seeing him again was, a happy thing. But maybe it's either I've seen Benedict Cumberbatch way more. I've seen him in cameos too, other than Marvel. Like he shows up in 1917 in kind of a similar fashion.
Zoolander 2.
Yeah, it's just kind of like
there's a second one.
It's not worth checking out. Don't waste
Damn
your
it.
time. Yeah,
No David Bowie.
No, this is. I think this is after David Bowie
it's
died.
after he's passed away.
Let's put our final thoughts together and put a cork in Four Lions, and we're going to start with Wesley today.
It was good. If you don't know what it's about, that's okay. New things are exciting. Learning about different people's viewpoints can be entertaining, even if you don't agree with them. And there's some good acting. And costumes, mascot costumes. I really want one now.
Emily.
Anyone who enjoys British humor, anyone that has like seen some British humor, I think they would enjoy this movie. I think the more traditional American comedy, people that like enjoy, I'm not trying to think, I can't think of like anything right now.
Heartbreak Kid.
No.
If you enjoy Heartbreak Kid, don't watch Four Lions.
I mean,
if you enjoy Heartbreak
Kid,
just turn off the podcast. Throw yourself off a bridge.
I think but seriously, for like the more conventional comedies, for people that enjoy more conventional comedies, I don't think this is something that they are going to want to give a chance to. Maybe they might like it, but for someone who enjoys kind of the weird, dry, introspective humors, they're going to enjoy this movie a lot.
This movie is a tremendous achievement in comedic filmmaking. The fact that they can keep the plot driving while still having all of these seemingly disparate segments is incredible. It's not the type of movie that I typically herald as being a great film, but this is truly a great one. And please check it out. If you like Monty Python, if you like What We Do in the Shadows, if you like that witty type of humor, then definitely check out this movie.
What's your favorite idea? Mine is being creative.
How do you get that idea?
I just try to think creatively.
All right, here we go. Number 1. Since you guys brought up the Puffins dark web, I just have to know now. What are the two of you going on the dark web Puffins to talk about? What secret going-ons and plans are you two doing with each other?
Oh, it's specifically between each other?
Or you can just do it on your own, too. You don't have to hang out with Ben Wesley.
Don't get followed by the FBI because of something you say in the next minute, Wesley. Please.
Believe me, I
please
thought
be
about
careful.
If I were on the dark web.
Wink.
I don't have an answer yet. I'm still thinking.
That's okay. Do you think you can customize your puffin?
You 100% customize your puffin.
What's your puffin look like? Are you going to wear a top hat?
No, because I'm not a formal puffin. I'm a party puffin.
I'm party puffin.
I'm a party puffin at the puffin party.
This isn't Emperor Penguin chat.
Yeah. Oh, my lord.
No, this is the stoner chat. Stoner Penguin.
I think, Wesley, you and I would use the dark web chat to plan Emily's birthday.
Oh.
Because I feel like I don't know if she really likes surprises. So I think she would try to hunt down what we were trying to plan ahead of time. So to make sure that she couldn't hack us,
you would use Puffin Party to plan my birthday. That's weirdly wholesome.
Which would be Puffin themed, by the way. Because we are easily inspired.
Easily inspired. I like that. Well, I think mine's obvious.
That kidney black market, baby.
Exactly.
Organ black market. Yep.
Someday, unfortunately, I will probably need another organ. And
you're gonna use Puffin Party to track down your organ, going up to other puffins and be like,
that is not how you use it. You've got 3 kidneys right now. granted, one works, but take the two that don't out, sell them on the black market. You basically sold nothing for something. You're like that guy who took a penny and turned it into a house.
Except
You took a kidney and turned it into a kid.
Knee.
No, a kid. You're going to buy a child on the black market.
No.
My God.
That was not me.
We're moving on to number 2. 3 out of the 4 lions were singing Dancing in the Moonlight on the way to essentially their deaths. I just need to know, what song are you singing in the car on the way to your death?
Well, the same thing I sing on the way to the casino every time I go. Drowning by Backstreet Boys.
Are you serious? You belt that?
Oh my God. I do all 5 parts of the 5-part harmony.
Okay, well, I've got 2 answers now because I want to tell my casino song too. Which is, of course, Still Dre, accompanied by the one and only Mr. Chris. Last name unknown, even though that's all we call him. But my driving off to die, I feel like there's a lot of good ones. Like American Pie would be good. Disrespect Your Surroundings would be good. The A Day to Remember song. That's not what it's called, but that's what everybody knows it by.
Disrespect Your Surroundings just as you're about to suicide bomb is I feel
good,
the perfect
right?
application of that song.
Yeah. And it's yeah. You know what? I'm just gonna go with that.
All right, sounds good. All right, lastly, number 3. Wesley, you loved the mascot costume so much. You gotta tell me, what's your costume choice then? Are you going with a full-on mascot or are you doing something else? This is for you too, Ben.
That ostrich costume was pretty good. So are you considering that as something else? Like, is that what you would
You
call
can
something
choose one of the ones that the guys wore, or you could come up with your own.
I would want to do something else. They had good costumes, but I would want more
Probably not a
similar-
Wookiee.
Not a Wookiee. It would be kind of gritty.
You'd be gritty.
The Fanatic.
Yeah.
I like a green more than Gritty's orange.
Okay.
So I think, but like I really like Gritty's shape. It's the belly. It's that like when you can like rock back and forth and
That
like
is
your belly goes in and out.
horrifying to look at. My God.
That's me, baby.
Whoa, green gritty. Bam, balam.
Horrifying to look at.
Wow. The eyes are just like haunting me. Love it.
Oh, are you looking at Gritty?
Is this your first view of the Philly Fanatic?
I've never, ever seen this.
Are you looking at Gritty or the Philly Fanatic?
I was looking at Gritty.
Okay, both are good though.
Oh, but the Philly Fanatic is kind of cute. What is his little nose?
What's wrong with Philly? Why are their mascots so fucked up?
Well, Gritty's an interesting backstory.
I think I would do a giant sloth costume.
Oh, yeah?
But I'm talking like a furry quality one. Not with the hole in the front, but like that quality of
hole
costume.
In the back.
Well, you know the way I roll.
Oh my God.
So is it like anatomically, or you're saying furry like as in?
If you ever seen people who like make costumes for furry conventions, those costumes are super high quality, and that's what I'm envisioning, like a really high quality.
Okay.
Giant
I didn't know
sloth.
if you meant like taxidermy quality, where it looks like it could actually be the thing, or.
No, I don't. I don't want people to actually think it's a giant sloth.
I don't know if they would.
I'd be moving too fast.
I did have a coworker who identified himself as Sid the Sloth, and once he told us that, we could never unsee how wide his eyes were from each other.
Wow.
So, any of my coworkers out there that might listen, you know who I'm talking about.
Now let's all agree to never be creative again.
And let's get into our game today, which is called More Lions, because we are going to, well, let's just say you and a group of movie characters have radicalized and are planning a terrorist attack against some fictional movie, place, or landmark.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a target. You need to construct your team using characters from a variety of franchises. Tell me which character you choose, and the role that they play in your plan. And whoever I deem most likely to succeed will win today.
Okay.
So you're going to give us a place and we have to come up with the movie characters.
It's going to be a little more specific than that. I'm going to give you specific franchises and you have to pull one character from these franchises.
Perfect. Love it.
Okay. Wesley, you're attacking Hogwarts.
Okay.
It's already been done.
Emily, you're attacking Helms Deep.
Okay, I just want to show you this. I have this patch that I have yet to put on my backpack. It says Helms Deep, Torch Run, and I'm so excited.
It's almost like I picked these locations based on you two.
I don't have anything Harry Potter around me.
Your heart.
What's wrong with you?
Oh, I forgot I have a lightning bolt tattoo on my dick. The boy who lived.
Ben, can you confirm this for us?
Yeah, and he constantly shouts, "Bring in the thunder."
I go, count the seconds.
Count the seconds till it comes.
Nope.
That's how far away it is.
Nope.
Sorry, so am I choosing Harry Potter characters to attack?
So you're attacking Hogwarts, but you're going to pick characters from multiple franchises. So the first franchise you're going to pick from, Wesley, is, and Emily, you too, give me a character from the Harry Potter franchise that you're going to use to help with your terrorist plan.
Are we eventually building a 4-person
You're building
team?
a team of 6.
So you're basically going to give us 6 different franchises and we have to...
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So from Harry Potter, who am I hiring for me attack Hogwarts?
Yep. Do you want me to just give you all the franchises and then you guys can think for a little bit?
Sure.
On how to build your team? Okay. So the 6 franchises that you're going to use are, you're going to need someone from Harry Potter. You're going to need someone from Lord of the Rings. You're going to need someone from the MCU. You're going to need someone from the Star Wars franchise. You're going to need someone from a Disney animated movie. And you're going to need literally any other character of your choosing.
From any franchise?
From any movie.
Oh.
Please build your team of 6 that you are going to take to attack Wesley, Hogwarts, and Emily, Helms Deep. While they do that, let's give them some time to figure this out. Thank you for listening. Please like, rate, subscribe, share us with a friend or two. You can follow us on social media at IDYP_podcast on Twitter and Instagram, or you can email us at idrinkyourpodcast@gmail.com. Next week is our last movie from 2010. We are tackling the Oscar winner for Best Picture, The King's Speech. So check us out for that last movie. And then here in December, we'll also have one more wrap-up episode where we wrap up all the movies that we watched in 2010, give out some awards, and try to come up with what our favorite movies of this year were.
Shall we play a game?
I despise guessing games.
I have this great game. It makes you think and it helps your memory.
Let the games begin.
Okay, you've had a little bit of time to think about what your team would look like. We're going to start with Emily. Again, Emily, you are attacking Helms Deep. Who is on your team?
I'm going for a full-on frontal assault of Helms Deep, just like the orcs, because why the hell not? It seems like the most sense to me. So for my frontal assault, I'm definitely going to need a giant Wally to smash and collect all of the rubble and make, giant boxes to put off to the side. I'm going to
this isn't just any Wally. This is
the giant Wally.
This is the robot Wally. Okay.
Yep. I'm going to need the Millennium Falcon. That is a character. I'm going to just stand by that. The Millennium Falcon is a character. And the person that is piloting that is going to be Baby Groot, because I think that he could probably get the Ents to turn on Helms Deep for sure. Is that okay, Ben? You seem upset by that.
I'm just trying to think. No, I logistically, can Baby Groot fly the Millennium Falcon?
Absolutely, he can.
He's so little, like he's a baby.
He can still extend, can he?
I suppose, yeah.
Okay, cool. Then I've got Grop from Harry Potter, who's going to help Giant Wally smash the wall down, because, Grop is a giant. And obviously I need the Witch King of Angmar, to come flying in to, just slice off a bunch of heads of elves and men, while Rapunzel is dangling from the feet of the Nazgul. Shit, what's the animal called? I can't remember. Whatever.
War?
No, the flying one. God, I'm so disappointed in myself right now. Anyway, she's hanging by part of her hair while also grabbing and throwing all of these men and elves to the giant robot Wally to shove in and smash into his cubes.
Okay.
So Wally's kind of like the thing, and everybody else is there is Wally's support.
The support team. Yep.
Follow-up question, Emily.
Mm-hmm.
How do you radicalize Wally?
Reprogram him.
Oh.
Duh.
It's pretty mean, but okay.
How do you do that?
How?
Wires.
You show him a new TV show.
You show him 4 lions. And that's his new
Hello
Dolly.
I tried to burp as you made me laugh.
A full frontal assault on Helms Deep is Emily's plan with some giant characters and a massive ship. Will probably be successful. Wesley, how successful is your Hogwarts attack going to be, and who are you using?
I'm a little embarrassed for Emily. Because a full frontal attack it's not terror.
Oh.
It's not scary to just be attacked. So.
Okay.
Okay.
I think Hogwarts begs to differ.
I hope you know Emily's going to run up to you and just punch you in the face and be like, Are you not fearful? Are you not terrorized?
No. Of Emily? Come on. You seen her? No. So if you're going to do a real attack, you have to think about this more than just the battle, more than just the punch. So my team, we're going to start off, it's at Hogwarts, so it's going to start from the beginning. And you need someone, you need people to like you, right? Like, you need to get people on your side. And from the inside, he hates it. He's the organizer. He's done with the shit. And that's Professor Flitwick, who just can't stand it. And he's going to charm the ass off of everyone around him until he gets the crew that he needs to take down Hogwarts. Now, how are you going to fight a wizarding school? A really, 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 really powerful bad wizard. So we're going to get Saruman. And Saruman will, do his Saruman shit and be good. He'll be that full frontal assault. He'll be my Wally in this situation. But that's not all. And that's not where it ends. Because Saruman secretly, unbeknownst to you, moonlights as Count Dooku.
Okay, yeah.
Now, Saruman has a lightsaber, basically, and can control people's minds. So him and Flitwick are just like beast, brawn, and brain.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't need anyone else.
Not really, but that's only if I was doing your plan. Because yes, you're correct. I've already decimated Hogwarts. But the real terror comes in the replacement. And that's where you need politics. Which is why I need Zaphod Beeblebrox. Somebody with 2 heads and half a brain to run this new Hogwarts school. He doesn't know about magic. He doesn't need to. He's political. People like him. He's got pan-galactic gargle snatchers. I don't think that's the right. I know it's pan-galactic something. Go with that. So anyway, Zaphod Beeblebrox. Now, you've got a president, but we all know he's a figurehead, so this government isn't going to last. So what you need is somebody behind the scenes who doesn't, almost ever show up, but also somebody who's worked with a Jedi before. You need somebody who can stand Count Dooku, and I think the only one to do that is Nick Fury. And so Nick Fury is going to be behind the scenes running this new enterprise.
Because he moonlights as Mace Windu?
No, he daylights as Mace Windu.
Got it. Okay. He moonlights Nick Fury.
You moonlight as
I
Nick
understand.
Fury. Yeah. So you've got your core already there, but now what's the icing on the cake, you ask?
Yeah, we do. What is the icing on the cake? I ask that.
The best kind of icing, in my opinion, is Frozone.
Oh.
That is a
Where
really
is my
great,
super soup?
That is a really great one. I'm so proud of you.
Okay.
So my team is Flitwick, Saruman, Count Dooku, Zaphod, Beeblebrox, Nick Fury, and Frozone.
I love it.
Man, Wesley, after you said Professor Flitwick, I thought for sure all of your characters were going to be like under 3 feet tall. And that was going to be your strategy.
With limited time, I did have to pick a strategy quick, and I went immediately with who's in multiple movies.
Okay, 2 really good answers.
I went with Big Smash.
One with the smashy smash and one with the spy game going on, infiltration.
Hey, I infiltrated the ends.
Yeah, that's true. Both are very likely to be successful. I think I like Wesley's because he's got a plan of action for after he's already conquered. And I think this is fully thought out on his part, and he's ready to go with his team. So Wesley, you do win this week. Well done.
Wesley, since you win and you are so excited to share your mascot enthusiasm and your best Philly fanatic impression, can you end the episode, please, by saying, I drink your podcast, I drink it up?
I don't think the Philly fanatic speaks. Does he? All right, well, this is it.
That's truly what I hoped for.
Oh, my goodness. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Bye.